So now it's time for Democratic senators to determine what will really make it happen for the final product to be approved of the stimulus bills. Much of that comes down to Senator Manchin, who expressed skepticism about the Build Back Better plan. The bill, he said, would make major changes to three main areas: the tax system, social services, and the energy sector. A group of more than 450 organizations is calling on the Senate to pass Biden's social spending bill.
Thank you, Jamie. And I want to thank the Speaker for her extraordinary leadership. As you all know, she has been fighting the good fight as the Speaker, as a historic Speaker, and every day she's been there up until today. And I also want to, as a point of personal privilege, thank her for mentioning Steph Curry. As a daughter of Oakland, I particularly appreciate that among her many roles of leadership, to acknowledge him. Jamie, thank you again for your kind words and for your leadership as our party chair. The DNC is probably, for our administration, one of the many important partners that we have. And the support that you all give to the DNC is the support of partners with the agenda that we all care about. It is a special honor, therefore, to be with so many friends tonight, so many supporters, so many of you who have given so much over so many years, not without personal sacrifice, but always with a deep personal commitment.
The group sent a letter to all 100 senators that when the Build Back Better Act reached the Senate floor, that they urged senators to reject all amendments. Now, the version of the Build Back Better Act that the House passed last month would extend the monthly payments for 1 year and permanently make the child tax credit fully available for the lowest income families. Parents with children under the age of 6 will receive $300 a month per child under the program and $250 a month for each child ages 6 to 17. But unless Congress acts, the last monthly payment will be made December 15th. And Ron Wyden told reporters the IRS has advised that Congress pass legislation by December 28th to ensure that the monthly payments are distributed on January 15th. Now, the group of organizations wrote that approving the Build Back Better Act will provide a historic opportunity to lessen childhood poverty. They also said the bill makes the most significant investments in climate and environmental justice. Senate Democrats are looking to pass this spending package through budget reconciliation, which would bucket potential Republican filibuster by only requiring a simple majority vote for passage. Folks, who is holding back our stimulus checks? Tell me who you think is holding back our stimulus checks, folks, in the comments below. Began sending out 169 million payments for the third stimulus checks. That's ever Democrats passed the American Rescue Plan. The direct payment to taxpayers was up to $1,400 to every person that was eligible for the checks. The IRS automatically sent out payments based on the information they received on the taxpayers, either through the online portal or for non-filers. Now, the American Rescue Plan included a raft of tax provisions to help struggling households across the country. Most prominently was the third stimulus check, this time for $1,400, but other measures specifically targeted households with children and dependents, including the 2021 child tax credits. Now, taxpayers who haven't filed a tax return in the previous 3 years or failed to provide their information through the non-filer online portal were left out of all three economic impact payments. Another group that is specifically missing a third stimulus check are families that welcome the new member of their households. Thank you again for your support, everybody. If you have any more questions about the fourth stimulus check, then be sure to leave them in the comments below.
To the issues that we care about as Democrats. So I want to thank you for that. You know, in the months leading up to the 2020 election, there were some who, you all remember, you weren't the ones, but there were some who thought the odds were against us. There were some who said it could not be done. But the people in this room, you did not doubt. You have always been fueled by optimism, knowing what is possible and what can be, unburdened by what has been. That's who you all are. And part of the reason we are here today is to remind you of how grateful we are for your endless ability to know what is possible and to work to achieve that. And you did the work then, as you continue to do. You put your time and resources toward a cause cause that is no less important than the soul of America. Because of your work, Democrats held on to the House of Representatives. Right. Because of your work, Democrats took back the United States Senate. And on Inauguration Day, among the many joys that I experienced, first of all, watching the president be sworn in, and then, of course, being sworn in myself, was getting to swear in Senators Raphael Warnock and Jon Ossoff. Indeed, it was a joyful day. And finally, friends, because of your hard work, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is now the residence of President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden, Dr. Jill Biden. And I have thanked many of you directly, so has the second gentleman. And I wanted to say that gathered here in person, I feel very thankful for being around so many extraordinary supporters. In a minute, the president will talk about the progress that we have made over the past year. But before we welcome him, I want to touch on the work that is ahead, both for our party and for our country, and most importantly, for our country. As the historic laws that the president has signed are being implemented, they are transforming lives. You know, I met with a group of folks earlier today, and they said, what are you particularly proud of in terms of what you all have done over the course of this last year? And I have a long list, which I will not share with you at this moment, but I'll share with you one of those things. That we, because of the child tax credit, think about this for a moment. Just really think about this. Because of the child tax credit, as of now, we have, as in past tense, lifted 40% of America's children out of poverty. Let's reflect on that. Let's reflect on what that means for generations. Talk about transformative. Talk about return on the investment. Extraordinary work has been happening. And again, because you all know, there's so many veterans of many elections here, you all know elections have consequence. Elections matter. And it's not about a victory celebration, not about a pat on the back. It's about then what can we achieve with the time that we have that directly impacts so many people that must be seen and must be heard.
So now it's time for Democratic senators to determine what will really make it happen for the final product to be approved of the stimulus bills. Much of that comes down to Senator Manchin, who expressed skepticism about the Build Back Better plan. The bill, he said, would make major changes to three main areas: the tax system, social services, and the energy sector. A group of more than 450 organizations is calling on the Senate to pass Biden's social spending bill.
Thank you, Jamie. And I want to thank the Speaker for her extraordinary leadership. As you all know, she has been fighting the good fight as the Speaker, as a historic Speaker, and every day she's been there up until today. And I also want to, as a point of personal privilege, thank her for mentioning Steph Curry. As a daughter of Oakland, I particularly appreciate that among her many roles of leadership, to acknowledge him. Jamie, thank you again for your kind words and for your leadership.